What up, what up? What's going on, good people? This is your boy C Will, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I live stream. And yeah, we're doing something a little different today. We're gonna be talking about why I game in 4K. Why do I play in 4K? And we have Forza Horizon 5 up right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and start playing through this thing. And once we get a few more people to come in, and I kind of go over some of the settings and stuff that I have set up. So right now, just to let you know, this is no cap. I got the graphics settings set on extreme. The video 3840 by 2160, which is 4K. I am playing on my LG OLED TV, 120 hertz. Yeah. Full screen. Everything else is pretty much on auto. So let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, Mike? I see you down there in the chat. You been thinking about a monitor upgrade? So let me tell you, Mike, man, one of the best monitors I've purchased is actually not a monitor. It's a TV. The LG CX just came out like a couple of years ago, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably the best monitor purchase I've had. It's crazy. I think the new version out right now is I think the LG C2, but there's like a lot of competition that's out right now. So if you're watching a live stream, I'm streaming 1080p, 60 frames per second. But I'm playing on my 4K LG TV, the LG CX. In 4K. Phew. Let me tell you. I got this TV, it's 65 inch. I got this TV for, it was expensive when I got it at the time. I guess it's been a little bit over a year now. I got it from Micro Center, $17.99. Then I had gotten a Micro Center warranty with it, which is like another $175, $200. So yeah, I spent a little grip. So Mike, to answer your question, I don't use my TV 100%. Only with my PC, I only use it to play certain games. And the reason being is because I usually use my TV for media consumption. You know, anything I can think of, I watch on my TV, but I don't use the PC with it all the time. Good question. But majority of the games that I want to play in 4K, I use the TV. And of course, y'all know, if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm using 5800X AMD Ryzen 7 as processor, and then my graphics card is the Asus ROG Strix 3080 Ti, beast of a card. I got some content that's going to be coming up real soon about that 3080 Ti too. I'm definitely looking into, of course, you know, I've done the GPU undervolting and all that good stuff, but I'm also looking to do to take the actual card apart. Never took it apart. Actually, I never took apart a graphics card. but I plan on actually taking it apart, looking at the PCB, replacing the actual thermal pads with G-lid pads, and replacing the thermal paste with either some thermal grizzly or some kingpin paste. I haven't made up my mind about that yet. But I currently use thermal grizzly cryonaut, which is amazing. I've been using that on all of my CPUs. So but yeah, first things first, I game in 4K. I play in 4K because I can. And I say that not to be pompous or to be, an idiot or anything, but I can play in 4K. I think one of the biggest misconceptions, when people buy, gaming PCs, or they're putting together their system, the first thing that they don't pay attention to is the three major areas: the CPU, the graphics card, and the monitor. Three most important things, because I think you got to think about your monitor first, probably. What resolution you want to play at, whether it's 1080p, 1440p, or 4K. A lot of people try to hit the sweet spot, which is 1440p. I think 1440p is a great resolution. It's a good mixture between, high resolution, but not as demanding as 4K. But let me be honest with you. On my desk right now, including my TV is 4K. I have a 27-inch 4K LG monitor, and I have a 27-inch 1440p monitor. That's 165 hertz. I use the 1440p monitor for anything that's a high pace, like first-person shooters, Call of Duty, that type of stuff. Because frames win, right? So that gets up to 165 hertz, and I want to be able to to max that out. But pretty much everything else I play on my 4K TV, the LG OLED, it's 120 hertz. So not only is it 4K, but it's high refresh rate 4K, 120 hertz. Techno, I see you down there. Oh yeah, man. Hey, I'm rocking the beard, my guy. Rocking the beard, man. Hey, I have been thinking about trying to, grow this thing out for longer. It's finally that I got to it. Yeah, man. But see, what's crazy about that? No, that's why I know I ain't been live in a minute. That's why I was like, yeah. Last video I made was a few weeks ago, which is the build. I actually got another build video. I just been sandbagging on it. It's probably gonna be one of those speed run build. Probably not a whole lot of talking in it, just some music, parlaying, and having some fun. But yeah, I actually changed my office area, so I'm actually turn one of my bedrooms into an actual office. So I'll probably do a walkthrough once I get some more stuff put up on the walls and all that different type of stuff. But yeah, it's actually pretty dope down here the way that I got it set up, because I can actually play more with my PC and my LG OLED. So it's pretty much permanently connected to the PC now, and which is allowing me to be able to play more in 4K. That's why I game in 4K, because yeah, I can. So really, that's like the first thing, is that I can. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, I have, when again, the three things that people kind of go wrong with. They go wrong with not knowing you know, how they want to play. So if you want to play in 4K, you need a 4K monitor. So that's first things first. You need a 4K monitor. And then, but it's not just that though. All right, so if you get a 4K monitor, you know, I would recommend that you get 4K 120 hertz monitor. Now I know it's expensive. Take note down in the chat. Yes, sir. Second extra bedroom into the office is the move. Still got to run some. Oh yeah, man. You know, I had to reset up my whole like streaming setup right now. So what you're seeing right now is actually pretty dope. I've been doing a lot of testing. I had to get rid of screen tearing. It's like all type of stuff, man, that was like plaguing me since I moved down here. And I'm actually, what's crazy, I need to choose something. What's crazy is that like everything is on Wi-Fi right now, which is dangerous when you're streaming because like Wi-Fi could drop, you know, and all the different types of stuff. But I got to buy another router. I plan on getting a mesh router, and so I can be able to put one of the nodes down here and then connect through Ethernet. That's down the road. So really, I'm just kind of testing things out right now. The good thing about it is that I'm not having any screen tearing, which I may go through a whole explanation on how to get that set up. I got so much content that's in my mind right now that I just need to record, which is another reason why I just find it easy just to game in 4K, man. I mean, not game in 4K, but just to go live. You know what I'm saying? With going live, I could just, I need to turn around. Because going live just allows me to just chill. Trying to put a whole video together, then edit it, and all the good different type of stuff. Time consuming, man. But once you figure out, you know, like what type of 4K you want to do, you know, you got 4K 60. What is going on? So yeah, if you want to do 4K 60, that's cool. All right. But yeah, once you know, you could right, Mike, no editing. You know, when you go live, you ain't gotta do no editing, man. You just, you know, just fly by the seat. And I like that, you know what I'm saying? Keep it chill.
I'll tell you the story on the way.
Don't ask what I'm sipping on either. Join Discord. Join Discord, you find out what I've been sipping on. But if you plan on doing 4K 60, that's 4K 60 is actually very tough to run, depending on the title. You know what I'm saying? What happened when I'm trying to look down that chat? But 4K 60 is still tough to run depending on the title. You know, your more heavy titles, especially when you're talking about ray tracing and all that different type of stuff. You're talking about, man. Yeah, you need a 3080 Ti, maybe 3080. You know, if the title has DLSS, man, 3070 Ti, you can get away with playing 4K in some of those titles. But if you want a consistent 4K, like just across the board, no matter what type of game that you're playing, you definitely need a 3080 Ti or above. I'm going to say on the AMD side, 6900 XT or above, because you got the 6950 XT that's out right now. So, yeah. I actually like the little Doom buggy. It's pretty cool. All right. Down in the chat says, I think I'm going to grab that G9 later this year. I was actually just looking at a video techno about the G9, which is crazy. Really want to wrap around immersion. Be sick 4K version drop. Yeah, I feel you. They could bring out a 4K version too of that. I can see that happening. But if they do that, you know, that monitor is 49 inches. So, you know, the resolution on it is crazy. Actually, it may be a little bit more difficult to run that than it is 4K, actually. So yeah, that's interesting. But I would recommend that you do, you know, if you're doing 4K, if you want to do 4K, do 4K 120. You can actually get like an LG C2 or the Samsung S95B, or the new Sony joint. That's I think it's the Sony Bravia 95. I don't know what's the name of it is, but it's crazy. But yeah, I recommend that you at least try out 4K 120 because it's life changing. I promise you. I promise you it's life changing. Down in the chat, we got Mike. Yeah, I see you play older games. Just not sure how much GPU I would need to play a 3-year-old game. So, all right, so that goes into my next thing. So now that you know what you want to play at, right? Did I go the wrong way? Let's back up. Let me back up. I think I went the wrong way. So check this out. Like if you so now you want to play 4K 120. Next thing I will look at is CPU. I definitely, now when you playing at 4K, you are not CPU bound pretty much at all. It's majority is GPU bound. But you know, thinking about the future, I would actually, like, I'm playing with the 5800X. That's an 8-core 16-thread chip. It gets the job done. By no means, you know, is it a slouch. But I think, like, if you look at the new Intel chips, they're on the low end, the 12600K. I forgot how many cores is on that chip, but I think, let me see if I can jump there. Hey, but I think with that particular chip, if I'm not mistaken, man, I think it has a total of 14 cores, something like that. It's weird, you know, because they have performance cores and they have efficiency cores on the 12600K, but you know, you start thinking about, okay, hey, we got to start thinking about the future when it comes to multitasking and different things that you're going to be doing. And then, you know, Zen 4 was announced, and I think I'm going to do a separate video talking about Zen 4 because it's been like a lot of stuff in the news. Not going to talk about it in this live stream, but yeah, stay on the lookout for that video within the next day or so. Because yeah, so you got Zen 4, but if you actually had to do a build right now, because Zen 4 is probably still not going to come out until later on this year, I would actually go Intel. 12600K is amazing, but if you don't want to switch platforms, I would definitely look into the 5900X, 12 cores, 24 threads. Because that's actually the next chip that I'm thinking about upgrading to. So if you still have a X570 board, and you could probably get a 5900X for about $399, $389 at some places. I mean, and you don't really have to change anything else on the actual board. Just upgrade your CPU. That's a great upgrade. Because what you're going to get in gaming, multitasking, all this different type of stuff is going to be phenomenal if you're coming from anything less than a 5900X. That's a chip that I would look into. Let's see where else I want to go. So that's a personal upgrade that I'm looking at is the 5900X. I really want a 5950X, but I don't want to spend the money because I think I could get what I need from the 5900X actually, you know. So the horsepower, the gaming, all the different types of stuff. And then last but not least, well, Mike was talking about, you don't know what type of GPU, graphics card. If you want to do 4K 120 and a lot of titles, if you go on NVIDIA, you know, they're going to be announcing the new cards, the new 4000 series. It's going to be coming out real soon. I would just wait. I would not buy a 30 series card unless you're getting like some crazy deal on it. And you coming from something, I don't know. It's a weird time right now to thinking about upgrading your graphics card, just because of the new cards and stuff that's out. But if you get you a really, really good deal on something high end, I don't know. It may be worth it for you depending on like where you are right now. If you're coming from nothing and you just have to have a bill, I would look into getting a 3080 Ti. 3080 Ti is kind of like a sweet spot for high-end gaming. But if you could wait just a couple more months, I'm hearing that the 4000 series is, 40 to 50% increase in performance. And at that point, I mean, high refresh rate 4K gaming is going to be the norm in probably about another couple of years or so. So let's see what we got down in the chat. All right, Mike, better do it soon. Once AMD releases new chips, price will go up. Yeah, I know. You're the 5th generation or the 4th generation? TTT, I'm not for sure what you're talking about. If you're talking about Forza Horizon, it's Forza Horizon 5. But if you're talking about CPU, I'm on the latest AMD CPU. That's what you was referring to. Our current GPU has a warranty that's expired for 1.5 years. Mike, what solo co-op? Mike, what type of GPU you got? Let me know down in chat, Mike. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, TTT game. Yeah, this Forza Horizon 5, this is 5th generation. Corvette. Current car is a Corvette. Super. I want that Bronco. Okay, Mike, you got the 2060 12 gigabyte. All right. So you behind. So really, once the 4000 series come out, you're 2 generations behind. So, oh man, I had the 2060, not the 12 gigabyte version. I had the 8 gigabyte. I had the 2060 Super. That was the last. Well, it wasn't the last 2000 series card I had because I had the 2080 Ti before I had the 3080. But I also had the 2060 Super 8 gigabyte version, and that's still a good card. Great for 1080p gaming. It does pretty good with some 1440p gaming. But whatever you upgrade to for the new generation, Mike, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be like night and day. bro, you're gonna be like, man, what the hell? Like, especially when you start 4K gaming. Let me tell you something. I know you watching the stream in 1080p. I hope it looks great, but like on my TV, like right now, like what I'm seeing, it's like nothing you never seen before, man. Like for real. But I tell you though, Mike, whatever you upgrade to with a new, even if you was, Mike, I think a good upgrade for you will be the new, like, 4000 series, like a 4070. Man, that's gonna be like, if what they say is true, a 4070 is gonna be even more powerful than my 3080 Ti. Now, when we went from the 2000 series to the 3000 series, we didn't have that big of a leap in performance. Maybe like performance numbers was like up maybe like 25%, 30. And normally we used to see like 45 to 50% jumps. But I'm hearing that with this 4000 series, they're saying we're getting back to the 40 to 50% jump in performance, coming from the previous generation. So I'm excited, man. Like I can't wait. Like because I'm a minority when it comes to what resolution I play at. Most people don't play in 4K. Most people, on Steam, it's still the majority of rules with 1080p, which is crazy, man. Like it's nothing against, man. I was actually in a really good place, and the level of detail in this game is crazy. Finished 12. But yeah, most people, man, they still play 1080p. And nothing against people who play in 1080p. It's just so much more that's out there. Now, if you play in high refresh rate 1080p, it actually looks pretty good. But with playing 1080p, as far as like screen size, the perfect screen size is like a 24-inch screen monitor. If you're playing 1080p, anything outside of that, the quality is not really there per se. Yeah, it's just not it's just not the same, man. I don't know, it's so hard to put it into words, like what I'm trying to say, but yeah, 1080p, 1080p is tough. 1440p is amazing. Like 27 inches, it's perfect for 1440p. I wouldn't go above that. And then 4K. I mean, 4K is great at any. You start to really take advantage of 4K screen size 32 inches and above. But yeah, I would definitely, if you're in the market to buy another GPU right now, wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait until you once you get an exact date on when these new video cards gonna come out, and that's when I'll make my move. And also, the closer that we get towards the launch, hopefully we could get some leaks to see how big of a performance advantage. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Like if I find out that it's only going to be like another 25% increase in performance, it's going to be very disheartening. Actually, that's going to make me custom water cool my 3080 Ti. Because if I custom water cool my 3080 Ti, I could get probably another 15%. Ooh, I didn't see that. That was a tight turn. I could probably, oh man. So yeah. If I have to custom water cool my 3080 Ti, I could probably get another 15% performance. And based on what I'm already getting, another 15%. I mean, I'm already doing high refresh rate 4K gaming. The only thing that's not high refresh rate, is the titles. That has ray tracing in it, like Control. With Control, I probably average maybe 65 frames per second, maxed out 4K. And that's with DLSS and ray tracing. So, stuff like that, I don't look for high refresh rate, no way. As long as I get 4K 60, I'm pretty good. I'm good. But man, let me tell you, playing 4K 120 hertz is the equivalent, first of all, the level of detail, the HDR. I think the type of monitor, let me tell you something, the biggest, who we got that down in the chat? When will I go live again? So here's the thing. I know originally I had set up TTT. I had set up to go live every Thursday. That didn't really work out. Let me tell you, man, my work schedule is like crazy. So like trying to go live I'm all off. Trying to go live like during the week is pretty tough for your boy. So I'm gonna try to do this every Sunday now, which is the goal. Let's try to do it every Sunday. Now, what time frame? I ain't worked that out yet. Maybe, I think I went live starting around about 10 something. Probably 10 o'clock every Sunday night. So just look out for that. I think Sunday nights work out a lot better for me. Then, tomorrow's holiday. Happy Memorial Day to all of our fallen soldiers. So I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be up late tonight. But yeah, I plan on going live more. It's easier for me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to the Sundays and see how that works out for the next couple of weeks. But going back to what I was saying earlier, here's what I believe. I believe when it comes to these courses don't make no sense. The game is beautiful. But being able to it's hard to explain. Playing 4K, I think I just got lapped. Playing 4K 120 hertz high refresh rate is the equivalent to, like, if you ever played 1080p 60 frames per second and then you get your first high refresh, like 1080p 144 hertz monitor. It's like, if you haven't experienced that before, that's crazy. Like being able to do that and you playing your as you can see, I suck in racing game. I ain't played racing games in so long. If you ever experienced that before, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't experienced high refresh rate, you need to get you a high refresh rate monitor. I don't care what it is. 1080p, 1440p. Don't buy 1080p. get you at least 1440p if you got a good enough graphics card for it. And it's just buttery smooth. It's one of those things where you really have to see it to believe it. You can't see it like on YouTube videos and all the different types of stuff because nothing on YouTube maxes out at 60 frames per second. So you can't really appreciate it until you actually buy it. You know, you just need a graphics card and a processor to be able to keep up with it. So that's another thing about high refresh rate anything. Your processor needs to be good to be able to keep up with the frame rates. So the higher the frame rate, the better the graphics card that you need, the better the CPU that you need, the processor. You need your good processor to keep up with a high refresh rate. So that's another misconception as well, is that people will get a great graphics card. You got the monitor, but your CPU can't keep up. Yeah, you need something good. And what's crazy, still not running through that thing. I did not plan on buying a 5800X. When I bought the 5800X, it was during the pandemic time, and I actually had planned on getting the 5900X. That's what I originally wanted. They didn't have it in stock. I settled for a 5800X. So that's probably why I'm still looking to upgrade. Use the 5800X for a streaming PC. Like right now, I'm using my gaming laptop to stream. And you know, does a pretty good job. I'm actually going to be doing a video on that real soon because my daughter broke my actual LCD screen on my laptop. So like the top of the screen has like that little ink blotch thing on it. What we got down in the chat? DPR 1440p 144 hertz blew me away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, anything that I use for fast-paced games is my Asus monitor, the PG279Q. It's like one of the best monitors that you could get, a few years ago. Now it's outdated. But it actually, it's a 1440p IPS display, 27-inch, 165 hertz. Monitors still beast mode, but they got better 1440p monitors out now. And this monitor was super overpriced when I bought it. Like when I got it, on monitor was like $700. But I've had it all this time. Like if you go back on my channel, I did a review on this monitor years ago. I guess it was about 3 years ago. I don't know what I know. But yeah, it was overpriced when I bought that monitor, man. It's a great monitor though. Great monitor, but they got way better monitors out right now. Like really right now, especially if you got like a Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 or 6000 series AMD card or 3000 series NVIDIA card, HDMI 2.1, I would get a monitor that matches, or a TV, per se, that matches your hardware. That allow you to be able to take advantage, you know what I'm saying? Allow you to be able to take advantage of your hardware, you know what I'm saying? Because really that's what when it comes down to PC gaming, another reason why I play at 4K is because I have a PlayStation 5 right now, but majority of the time the image is not being rendered in 4K. It's being rendered in 1440p and being upscaled to 4K. There's still a misconception with that too. Like That's another video I'm gonna talk about because they're talking about coming out with the, a pro version of the Xbox Series X and a pro version of the PS5 next year. I think next year. That's actually going to render the image at 4K, which I'm like, yeah, it's a huge misconception. So I play at 4K on PC because, like, what you're seeing right now, the image is being rendered at 4K, high refresh rate at that. Matter of fact, like if I turn on my overlay, I don't have it on right now. And I'm not gonna turn it on because I had issues earlier. But I'm just saying, like this game right here runs between 90 to 120 frames per second, 4K, extreme settings. I'm playing at extreme settings right now. But I get the full advantage of my hardware. Like I have the CPU, I have the GPU to be able to max out my TV. And when I say max out the TV, is 4K, 120 frames per second. You know what I mean? So 120 hertz at 4K is freaking amazing. It really is. Like I've never seen anything like this. And really, having hardware to take this above 120 frames per second is really a little bit kind of useless. And the reason why I say this is because you can't take advantage of it. So until they start making TVs or monitors that do they do have monitors that do 4K 144 hertz, but there's not a big difference between 120 hertz and 144 hertz. And at 4K, you're probably, anything that's going above 144 hertz, you're probably not going to be able to see a difference in it. Unless you playing Fortnite, Call of Duty, that type of stuff. And you just trying to, win Frank, saying, if you're playing competitive, but really it's just more of an enthusiast thing at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, if you could be able to get anything that's top of the line right now, even the 3090 Ti, like if the price had dropped down on that, I would have thought about getting one, because it's still an extra. Well, I don't know. That's still not worth it, because like I was saying earlier, the way that NVIDIA cards work, I finished 6. So the way that NVIDIA cards work, if the lower the temperature, the more performance. So if you can get your temp down, like I average temp with my underclock, maybe around about 72 degrees, something like that. So if I could get my temp down to like, I don't know, 50 degrees, 55 degrees, right? I could probably, with overclocking, I could probably get an extra 15 to 20% performance out of my card. And really, that'll put me in line close to the next generation. It'll definitely put me ahead of a 3090 Ti. So you'll be better off spending, $300 on getting a custom water loop, just for your graphics card, which is what I plan on doing. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, something to think about, like when you buy, when you buy hardware, you start thinking about, okay, hey, how do I bring longevity to my current hardware? Well, you could do that by lowering the temps. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get a 5900X, I'm gonna put it on the custom water loop. I'm gonna tell you that now. Then, what CPUs now, you really don't need to overclock them. It's really more about the GPU. You know what I'm saying? So CPU, they pretty much, CPUs have really gotten to the point now. I didn't mean to do that. But CPUs have really gotten to the point now where you don't really need to overclock them. They already running almost Like right now, I think my CPU is running at like 4.8 gigahertz. I mean, it's really about the GPU. You know what I'm saying? But this car, the handles on this car is crazy. Woo! So down in the chat, let me know what's the system specs, what you're running right now, what you plan on upgrading to. I want to know. Let me know down in the chat. Also, let me know if you want me to do any PC part picker videos for system builds. So like if you had to do a build right now, if you want to see me do PC part picker videos, I've been thinking, it's been on my mind lately. So if you want to see those, definitely let me know. Give me some video ideas. And if you got any games that you just want to see me play live, you can also let me know that as well. Byron, what's up, man? What's going on? Oh, we got Repo in the house. And then let me tell y'all something. Let me just hit pause for a second. Let me tell y'all about Repo. Like if you're a part of our Discord, Repo will inspire you to not only build your own PC, but custom water loop, custom everything. He has some of the most insane type, cases and stuff. Appreciate you for being a part of Discord too, Byron. So yeah, man. The handles on this car is crazy. It's all over the place. I don't like it. I like driving the Corvette better. Yeah. And speaking of Discord, man, if y'all hadn't joined the Discord yet, I don't know what y'all waiting on. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, I got some PC builds that's gonna be coming in the future. That's gonna be insane. Repo is about to do a build in the Corsair 7000D, which is gonna be crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ripper, you on that 12900K with the Asus Apex Z690, 5600 megahertz memory, 32 gigs, Strix OC 3090. Yeah, Repo got the beast of a system. I used to think my system was pretty good to Repo cave in the house. I was like, man, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I still plan on getting. I actually want a 12900KS. Their CPU is about $800. But I think it's good. It's like one of the best gaming CPUs you can get right now. Top of the heap. But yeah, I still want to build me an Intel system. And I'll get a Zen 4 system based on. I've been hearing some mixed stuff about Zen 4. I'm going to be honest with you. And I heard it's supposed to be good, but not great. For whatever that's worth. So, we'll see. Also been hearing that they're going to have some consumer 24 core chips, which is crazy. And really with that Zen 4, if I could doggone get me a 16 core chip that's running 5.5 gigahertz on all cores, which is what I've been hearing. Yeah. Just got to make sure that the performance is there. I'm over here just racing by myself. But I'm doing it in 4K, baby. That's why I play 4K, because I just like the way it looks. So, let's see. All right. Let's check out the chat. So we got Mike. Mike has a 2700X on the X570 board, 16 gig. of RAM and 26 to 12 gigabyte. Oh, Mike, let me tell you something too, man. When you upgrade your when you upgrade your CPU, and if I were you, I would just, you can actually, because you have an X570 board, shoot, man, you get you a 5900X with the new 4000 series graphics card, your gaming is going to go to a whole nother level. Let's see. Byron said, I'm glad we have a good market. Makes Intel AMD bring us their best. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It really does. Sure does. I hate this car, by the way. I think I told y'all that. This car sucks. It's one of those cars where it look good, but it's a piece of crap. And I know some of y'all like, you just don't know how to drive it. I don't care. It still sucks. I would have been better off with the Corvette. Now, how long is this map? How many more laps I gotta do? Oh, this is the last. Oh, no. Oh, this is the last lap. But yeah. Yeah, 5900X is solid. Technological got the 5900X. He said he ain't planning on upgrade for a while. I feel him. I should have just waited and bought, you know what I'm saying, bought the chip that I wanted. But let me tell you something. Being impatient with hardware is like one of the worst things ever, because you end up buying something that you don't, you end up settling. And you end up spending more money, because now you're gonna be on a hunt trying to figure out like how I'm gonna get the chip that I really wanted, which I do that often. Which, like, if you ever look at Buildzoid videos, I know Repo kind of put something in the chat in our Discord about GPUs. Like, Buildzoid is, you know, actual hardware overclocking. I think that's his thing. God dang. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, Buildzoid. So the thing about Buildzoid is that yeesh. But yeah, he does all these videos, you know, saying on GPUs, like some of everything. But he actually made this. Why I can't get across the pond? He actually made this video. Why can I not get across the pond? But he talked about Asus graphics cards, and they made pretty much outside of the Kingpin and the Hall of Fame. Asus makes the best PCBs, specifically the Strix. So when it comes to graphics cards, overclocking, LN2, all that different type of stuff. But anyways, I went through I think I had a total of 3 different 3080s. First one I had, which is what I should have kept first time. Well, not really. First 3080 I had was Asus Tough 3080. Amazing card. I wanted more RGB, so I ended up getting the MSI. Well, actually, I had 2 3080s. So I ended up getting the MSI Gaming X Trio. Great card. Where am I supposed to be going? Let's see. Yeah. The downside of PC gaming, the infinite options for upgrade. Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, Byron, and the money. The amount of money, man, I can't even tell you how much money I spent on PC bills and gaming, man. It's like insane. I don't even keep up with it. Well, I actually do keep up with it for taxes, purposes. But that's another story. But let me tell you, the money though.
Now all you have to do is hit the finish gate. Go, go, go! Hey, we were blazing.
I forgot what I was about to say.
You'll have to go back to the start gate if you want to run it again.
Help me down in chat. What was I about to talk about? I got all off. I was talking about Billzoid. So yeah. So the thing about it is that get what you want the first time. That's what I've learned. Because I went through two 3080s, right? And the actual 38 I really wanted was a Strix. And opportunity came up and I was able to get the Strix 3080 Ti, which that was the actual card that I wanted in the first place. So the 3080 Ti is equivalent to a 3090. The only difference is the VRAM. So 3080 Ti has 12 gigabytes, 3090 has 24 gigabytes. And from there, it's just all about the type of programs that you use the card for, stuff like that. But from my gaming standpoint, 3080 Ti actually beats the 3090 in a lot of titles when it comes to gaming. But they're pretty much the same. So essentially, I have a 3090. I just don't have all of the VRAM. So, I mean, yeah. This game is freaking amazing. I'm definitely a hardware chaser for sure. Yeah, Byron, I don't know, man. You got a little bit of OCD, sir. Nah, I was just playing, man. Nah, I feel you across the board when it comes to the hardware, my guy. Like, just gotta have it. And the only reason why I haven't upgraded to the 12900K yet is because I recently bought a car, which I ended up spending my computer money on. That's just real. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming, man. Because I was making some complaints about upgrading the Intel because I have to change. I could keep my RAM because I was going to get a DDR4 motherboard anyway. But I have to buy another motherboard, another CPU, that's a little grip. But what's crazy about the Zen 4 is with the Zen 4, let me tell you something. So with Zen 4, I said I wasn't going to get into this. I was going to do a separate video, but I just want to talk about this real quick. Zen 4, you have to, of course, buy the new CPU, whatever it is that it's going to be. And I suggest that you get what you want. But so you're going to spend a grip on the CPU. You got to buy the motherboard. You're going to spend a grip on the motherboard. And you have to buy DDR5 memory. Like their new boards does not work with DDR4. So, yeah, I mean, like that's easily over $1,000 that you're spending just to get to the Zen 4 platform. Because you're probably going to spend between $400 to $500 on the CPU. Then the motherboard is probably going to be about $400 because Intel motherboards are like stupid expensive. And then the RAM, I mean, 32 gigs, DDR5 memory, like probably 250, 300. So what's that? So you talking about between $1,200-$1,300 just upgrading Z4. Yeah, out the pocket. So yeah, that's definitely something that you just got to prepare for. You know, do whatever it is that you got to do. But I think now, Repo, tell me something, because you're probably one of the few people that I know that has DDR5 memory. Do you see any issues with latency when it comes to DDR5? Let me know. I meant to ask you that in the Discord, but if you want to talk about that down in the chat, that'd be good too. All right, who else we got down here? Mike, question: is AMD going to total line with compatibility for 4 years again? I believe so. Mike, I think they talked about actually being able to, go down that route again with being able, having a backwards compatibility. That was something great that AMD did, actually. So, see, by 12900K Apex DDR5 RAM was 1500. Yeah, I already know it was. Shoot, well, that's like 1500, man. That's being able to get a 3090 Founders Edition card. Like, think about that. That's crazy. But at least, you're getting 3 next generation, types of hardware versus just one graphics card. It's always something to think about. All right. So, how do I get to the next? Let's change my car. How about that? Okay, Brian, that's good to know, man. So basically, kind of work this stuff out. Okay. All right. How do I get to the next race? My Horizon. Change car online. Creative Hub. I want to race.
I have set your route to a nearby race event.
There we go. Let's see, Byron. Let's see. Mike. Ouch. My pockets hurt just for reading that. Oh, that's funny. Byron, I run XMP enable and leave it alone. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. So Byron, do you have 2 sticks of RAM or do you have 4? Let me know, because I heard that you cannot run all 4 sticks at the advertised XMP profile. Let me know. With DDR5. So that's something I've been hearing. I think it's been something specific. I don't know if that's specific with DDR5 RAM or if that's just with the Intel boards. But it'll be interesting, to know. And prices are way better now than when they originally released.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Let me tell you something. I think this Corvette drive like this in real life. I love the way this car drive. All right, Byron, let's see. 2 sticks, all you need. You can run 4, but the speed drops off. See, that's what I thought. So you learn something new. You learn something new, man. So if you do get Intel board or DDR5 RAM, you probably need to get a 32 gigabyte kit where it's just 2 sticks. Or if you need 64 gigs of RAM, get you a 64 gig kit that has 2 32 gig sticks. And just find you the lowest latency memory out there. Basically, that's still at a high speed. So I think the lowest latency kits that they have out there, I think it's maybe 24 cast latency or maybe 30. I forgot which one. But they like an arm and a leg though. I think as long as you stay above 6,000 on the mega transfers, it competes with DDR4 speed. Now, on the bandwidth side, that's a different story. DDR5 is amazing. Get back on road. So if you're using some memory-intensive programs, DDR5 is amazing. But if you're trying to get to the latency of DDR4, it's going to take a minute. So, trying to get to my ratio. I don't know why they made this so difficult. My destination is 1.8 miles away. Let's see. $400. All right, down in the chat, let's see. If you need 4 sticks, I will hold out to Intel drops their new HEDT stuff. But for gaming and some streaming, 32 gigs, 2 sticks, you're good to go. Yeah. Yep. I agree. I'm gonna tell you what type of RAM, and I think Repo, you got this memory. You got that Corsair Dominator RAM, right? That's like some of the best looking RAM I've ever seen in my life. I had some in a Intel build I did a while back with the 10700K. Oh man, that memory looks so good. Yeah, that RAM looks so good. It just does, man. And the way that you could control the lighting and everything on it. I said, that's why I haven't bought any more memory for my current system. One, because I had planned on upgrading. If I go Intel right now, I'll probably end up getting a DDR4 board. It just depends on what I see from Zen 4. Because if I go Zen 4, then I'm going to have to go DDR5. Either way it goes, I'm going to get the Corsair Dominator memory, though. Straight up. Yeah, that Gskill RAM gets up to what, like 7,000 mega transfers per second, I think. So, Jordan, yeah, you're right. But I think I got into a place in my PC building career now where of course, I want the performance, but it's not the most important thing to me. I'm caring more and more about how stuff looks now. There was a point in time where I didn't care about how none of that stuff looked. All I wanted was the performance. Now I'm like, I'm the type of person that gets real bored real quick when it comes to hardware. Me and Repo, Techno, we talk about this type of stuff all the time. Like, I like swapping cases. Like right now, I have the NZXT H510 Flow. I really like this case, and I just built in it. But now I'm already like, oh, okay, what's the next case I want to get? I'm tired of looking at it, actually. And it's beautiful. But yeah, and now because I get bored quick with how stuff look, now I'm like, okay, let me get me a white case. So if I get a white case, I'm really looking at the NZXT H7 Airflow that they just released. That way I could put my 360 AIO back in my case. I miss looking at the LCD screen. So, yeah. This is not to mention that RGB gets clicks and views. Yeah, absolutely. A Jordan said, "Hey Will, what system are you running? Does anyone know?" So I put, if you look at the description below, you should see the current system I'm on right now. But let me just lay it out. So I got an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, 8 cores, 16 threads. I have Gskill RAM, Trident Z, Neo, 32 gigabytes, 3600 megahertz, CL16 RAM, 2 sticks. My motherboard is a Gigabyte X570 Aorus Master. I have that motherboard comes with 3 M.2 slots, and I use all 3. So my boot drive, I have a 2 terabyte Samsung 980 Pro. I have a Gigabyte, that's Gen 4. Then I have a Gigabyte Aorus drive, PCIe 4.0. Then I have another, that's 1 terabyte. Then I have another 1 terabyte M.2. That's a SN750. For gaming, that's 1 terabyte. 850 watt Seasonic power supply. Let's see. Currently using an air cooler for my 5800X by Cooler Master, which is amazing. But I also have a NZXT AIO 360 Z73 AIO. Then of course, you know, my graphics card is the Asus ROG Strix 3080 Ti. So yeah, I have pretty good system. And I know me saying pretty good, and I know hearing something different from y'all, I know how that goes. But I mean, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good system. Let's see down in the chat what we got. Byron, the Corsair 7000D is going to be lit up. All I'm going to do is all I'm going to say right now. Hey, I already know, Repo. When you have a white case, anytime you have RGB in a white case, man, it's gonna be crazy because the light is gonna reflect and bounce off and all this stuff. Oh, no problem, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever works, man. I had no problem talking about. All right, Anna, find me another race.
Okay, champ. I have plotted your route to a nearby race event.
All right, let's go this way. This ain't have to drive that far for this.
You have arrived at your destination.
Solo Dolo. Let's do hypercars. Hey, I appreciate that, Jordan. Man, that's the only car I got to choose from. I don't want to drive the McLaren. Nah, I ain't doing that race. Let's see.
Okay, champ. I have set your route to a nearby race event.
What can I choose from? All right, that's cool. Let's see, right. As long as the build fits my needs, that's what all matters. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, I know for me, my main, like this, even when the 3000 series cars first came out, the reason why I didn't go for anything less than a 3080 is because I wanted a game at 4K, basically. Like that was my whole thing. It's like I knew I wanted a game at 4K. That's why I bought a 3080. When I got the 3080, I could game in 4K for the most part. Some titles, I mean, let me get that straight. 4K 60 or above. Make sure I get that right. I want to play at 4K 60 and above. Now here's the thing though. when I had the 3080, there was still some titles like Control. I couldn't consistently get 4K 60 with ray tracing, playing 4K Ultra, you know, that type of stuff. So I felt like I was still missing performance. So I was like, man, I need to get me a 3090. And then when I saw the opportunity to get a 3080 Ti, I mean, this is pretty much the card of my dreams. It's like I could play any game and get 4K 60 and above with you know, playing Ultra. And there had been one game that I had been able to play 4K 60. Now, more games that come down the road, I know that could potentially change. And like I said, I'm already going to do a thermal pad swap and change the pace on my 3080 Ti. I'm going to do that in the next week or so. That's going to be a video, so look out for that. But worst case, I throw a custom water loop, give me an extra 15-20% performance, because if I do custom water loop and I'm overclock at the same time, so yeah, it's, you know, it's more than one way to skin a cat, you know what I'm saying, until I could get me, and I'm gonna wait and just get a 4090 Ti whenever that comes out. So and then you pretty much be looking at almost any game being able to play 4K 120, really. That's what I'm envisioning with a 4090 Ti. I could pretty much play any title 4K 120. And the only way that you're gonna be able to take advantage of that is if you have a monitor or a TV that could do 4K 120. So if you don't have the hardware to keep up with your hardware, then the type of hardware that you're getting, that makes sense, if that makes sense. Let's see, Mike down in the chat. So is there any point in upgrading resolution if you're going to run low settings? Okay, hold on, let me read that one more time. So is there any point in upgrading resolution if you're going to run low settings? There's no reason to upgrade your resolution if you're going to run low settings. So basically, like if you were going from 1080p to 1440p, but you're trying to run 1440p on low settings, that doesn't make sense. Like the reason why that you want to play at 1440p is because of the higher resolution. And there is a difference when you're playing between playing 1080p and 1440p. Just like there's a difference between 1440p and 4K. It's just a little bit harder to tell, but when you run this, like with 4K, I'm gonna tell you what doesn't make sense with 4K. Playing at 4K Ultra, that doesn't make sense. 4K very high settings is perfect. 4K Ultra, you only use that to like take still images of your gameplay, basically. There's no need to play 4K Ultra. 4K high is where you want to be. Same thing with 1440p. 1440p Ultra really doesn't make sense. 1440p high or verified is good. Now I say that, but I normally play all my games on Ultra. So, but if you was trying to get, you know, a performance boost and take advantage of your monitor settings, then you don't need to play Ultra. You can just play it high. And you still get the crispness, but also you still get the performance. So it's a little tidbit. Let's see, buying 1490 Ti with the 360 AIO is my goal. Yeah. Hold on, Byron. I just saw that down in the chat. What would you say no? What would you say no to? Just let me know. see, rate blueprint. I don't care about that. But yeah, but does that make sense? So if you've been watching the live stream all this time, it talks about why I game at, why I game at 4K. Because I can, because I want to play at that resolution, and I have the hardware. And it's the best resolution you could be able to play at right now. And I say that coming from experience, coming from what I'm visually looking at right now. It's freaking amazing. Oh yeah, the low settings question. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's if you once you start go 1440p 4K, yeah, you don't turn down the actual. The only settings that I'm going to turn down is going from ultra to high. That's about it. But not low settings. Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
Okay, champ. I have plotted your route to a nearby race event.
So I'm gonna tell y'all, I did come up with slow down. I did come up with something new that YouTube is doing with memberships.
When it is safe to do so.
I think I have like a $5 membership set up, and what you get from that is actually just being able to help out the channel with buying more tech stuff. So if it's something that you can contribute to, I would appreciate it. And yeah, you could be able to help the channel out that way. Another way you can help the channel out is just by hitting like on this video, and sharing this video. Help out the YouTube algorithm. So just throwing that out there. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me tonight. That's for sure. Man, I seen this Bronco in real life. And let me tell you something. That Bronco's so dope. Like, this is a vehicle that I would actually purchase. I mean, it's dope in real life. It really is. Like, it looks so good.
You have arrived at your destination.
Let's see, back to the Corvette. So I meant to ask y'all, how does the stream look, like with me streaming in 1080p and all that good stuff? How does the stream look itself? Is it pixelated? Is it, if please let me know if you're watching in 1080p 60, that'd be great. But let me know what it looks like, because I definitely like the way I got it set up right now. I'm watching it on my phone, and it looks good. But hearing it from somebody else just kind of reassures the situation. So let me know what the stream look like. Once I get Ethernet down in my office, I'm actually going to stream in 4K. Now, you're probably asking, like, why would I do that? Most people only watching 1080p or 720p. It's because I can. I was playing. Now, the better it looks. I'm going to tell y'all something with YouTube videos. Like, videos that are in 4K get prioritized. YouTube. It's just a thing, man. I don't know what's up with that. But videos that's in 4K, they do get prioritized. So, I don't know. So, if I could live stream in 4K, it just only helps searchability, and being found, that type of stuff with the video. So, but yeah, man, I'm trying to do this every Sunday, 10 o'clock. stream for a couple of hours, and you know, with some consistency, if that works out, you know, for me and my schedule and all that good stuff, I think I'm gonna do that going forward. While I continue to make regular content, man, they tripping. But yeah, while I continue to make regular content, trying to get back on a weekly schedule with that too. So, and I'm excited though. We crossed over 8,000 subscribers not too long ago. Definitely pushing for the 10,000. And at 10,000 subscribers, you know, the door opens up a little bit more when it comes to YouTube with some other stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. I know we're going to hit that real soon. Let's see. Let's see. I love gaming at 4K on the LG C1 OLED, best ever. Yeah, man. LG gaming in the building. Let's see. Mike, how much of a storage difference is between 1080p and 4K on videos? I'm gonna come back to that question. Byron, once you get yours, once I got mine here to get you, I just got the 48 inch instead. Yeah, man, let me tell you something. One of the best purchases I ever made was my LG CX TV. When I tell you, like, I had never seen a TV perform like this. I never seen a monitor perform like this. It just looks freaking amazing. Like, it makes anything look amazing. But especially with the gameplay, you know what I'm saying, with the PC, man, being able to play 4K, 120 hertz, G-Sync on a 65 inch television, it's freaking amazing. Like gaming heaven. And then, but going back to Mike, going back to your question, man, let me tell you something. Like, my 4K videos can range anywhere between, I don't know, let's just say between 14 to 20 gigabyte. That same video in 1080p, it'll probably be like 2 gigs. So, put that into perspective. The longer the video, the larger the file. So like some of my 30-minute videos will be like 20 gigs or more. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends, man. Yeah, it just depends. But yeah, Repo, man, when I got the LG, like the LG CX, LG C1, you know, they just released the LG C2. That's what they're currently on right now. All of them are amazing. You know, whatever you could get your hands on. I heard the C2 update was bigger than going from the CX to the C1. I did hear that. But there's other OLEDs out now. Like I said, Samsung has the S95B. Oh, Mike, you just heard my, yeah, man. Mike, got dog on file size is crazy. And then you got like the Sony TV. Like I said, the Sony TV, I think it's a S95K, something like that. But yeah, there's new OLEDs out. It's giving LG a run for their money. Like, for real. I think I still prefer LG. And it's really just based off of, well, even with the new Samsung TV, like LG paved the way when it came to like gaming on TV. All of your HDMI inputs are 4K, 120 hertz, you know, 2.1 ports. I don't know how many ports of HDMI on the Sony TV are 4K 120. I know on the new Samsung TV, it's the same. Who else you got? Chills. On the new Samsung TV, all 4 ports are 2.1, 4K 120. I don't know about the Sony TV though, so. But yeah, but I can tell you though, shoot, man, the LG paved the way though. and it's pretty much nothing missing on my LG TV at that. As far as like the features, like it comes with everything. Dolby Vision, HDR10. Now, of course,
400 yards.
some of the newer TVs have HDR10 plus or whatever the case may be, but I mean HDR is at this level. It's HDR. Now, with the newer TVs, I do know that like the brightness level is a lot higher on some of the new OLEDs. So, I mean, but it is what it is.
There's an expression in Espanol you may have heard.
Let's see, but will they have gaming ability like the LG do with a low latency? So I've been hearing that the S95B, the Samsung TV, man, I wish I had the budget, to review TVs, but I don't. Those joints is expensive. Like these new OLEDs, man, those joints is like over $3,000. I say, man, that is ridiculous. For like a 65-inch, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, bruh, come on, man.
Take a second to look around.
But I heard that the S95B, that like the latency was low. I don't know if it's as low as LG's, but I heard it was low, so something to think about. But I don't plan on upgrading my TV for a minute. Like it's gonna have to be, I don't know. It's gonna be a minute before I upgrade my TV. If anything, I just buy a new one. You know what I'm saying?
The choice is yours.
What is going on? What is happening with my? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go somewhere different.
Perfecto. You could lose yourself for years in the Baja.
That's why I have you, right? Be there soon.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 100 yards.
As much as I love this Corvette, like in real life, I would not spend $100,000 on a Chevy. You got your goddamn man. It's crazy. I couldn't imagine spending $100,000 on a Chevy. I like Chevy. I'm just saying spending $100,000 on no Chevy. At that point, you're in Ferrari territory, and I just go buy me a Ferrari. I like how it look though. It look like a Ferrari. I mean, Ferrari, Maserati. I'm gonna get me a Dodge Demon for less than $100,000. Hellcat, yeah. I don't know, it's just me. Let's see. might we'll all wait on you to upgrade to 8K. Bruh, I'm not. Oh, well, you know what though? I don't know. I say that, and once I get my 4090 Ti, that's the next thing to test out. It's 8K gaming, baby. 8K gaming. I don't know. That's something to think about. Now you done put a little bug in my head about what's next. What's next after 4K 120? 8K gaming. 8K gaming. Yeah, that's what's next. That's funny. Byron. Now that new LG OLED 42-inch should be out soon, and for that, I want a smaller footprint. Oh, so yeah. I do want the 42-inch LG. Actually, that 42-inch would replace the 2 monitors I got on my desk right now, and I actually have been thinking about doing that. So basically, I would have the 65 inches right here in my office. That's on the stand, and then I would just have the 42-inch LG C2 on my desk and just use it for everything. So I think it's gonna run maybe around about $1,500. I think for that 42-inch, hopefully less. But I do plan on that's gonna be on the list. So yeah, I do plan on doing that. So thank you for reminding me about that, Repo. For sure.
My friend, there is a lot of smoke
Ooh.
coming out of this volcano. You might want to get up here pronto.
Boss,
Why I feel like this is an ever moving target? Why I feel like the target keeps moving?
Hey, Ramiro, the festival operations team are tracking some activity around the volcano. That wouldn't happen to be exactly
Ew.
where you're taking my superstar driver, would it?
Está bien, Haley. This is
I like how
really
that car
a small
handled though.
eruption. Nothing to worry about.
Fine. Just remember we have an outpost to set up, yeah?
And did he say something about a volcano was about to erupt?
The volcano has
That's
never
gonna be
been like
crazy.
this before, but it's waking up for Horizon.
The race to 8K is on then. Hey, man, hey, man, you can't beat me to 4K. I mean, you can't beat me to 8K, man.
When you reach
I'm
the
messing
top,
around
you
and get
should
me
do
a
our
4K
best.
32-inch. Now I'm just
My
playing.
friend. The Maca is waiting and I think
But
the
yeah,
volcano is
8K.
getting
I mean,
bigger.
like after, I can't really see a TV going past 4K 120. The next step is gonna be just 8K 60. Like even with the new consoles talking about doing 8K 60 frames per second. You know, like PS5 Pro
Looks like you're attracting the local news.
that supposedly comes out next year. So, I don't know.
This expedition looks to be heading straight to the active crater of the volcano. This might be the most rock and roll thing ever. We'll be back soon.
But that boy drifting. Oh no, not off the cliff. Not off the cliff, sir. All right. Just cheat and shoot AK. It says shoot AK 120. Oh, AK 30. I know, right? It was like Repo, you ain't got these. You ain't got these. Yeah, I think like the Sony R6 shoots 8K. Not Sony. Canon R6 camera shoots 8K. Which, let's be real though, we still got, if you think about TV program, still haven't even hit a regular 4K program. Everything is about streaming. They need to get that right first.
You made it. Yeah, de hecho. I spoke to
8K 120 hertz, 240 hertz. Let's go. That's funny.
For science, you know?
Where am I?
For science.
Oh. Why is it? I don't know what the hell is going on. Drive to the buggy to continue. Did I miss it?
Yep. Should be enough water in the cup for a sample.
Excuse me, pilot.
Where is the buggy?
Take a detour on the way? I swear I saw some kind of barn or something out there.
Oh, wait a minute. I do need to change my outfit. Change outfit. I'm tripping. Let's see what we got. I think we're still a ways from the stream services giving 4K content as a norm. I know, man. Well, I don't know about that because most streaming services is 4K. So at least the streaming services I got, majority of it is in 4K. Well, y'all see that lava? That's crazy.
See, Haley? Replace the seismometer. You're getting the readings? Right, easy, Bo. We should be heading down soon.
Hoonigan. Alright, so the last thing on the list is to smash steam vents. Ah. Alright.
I promised I'd show you an active volcano up close. Now, I think the show's over.
Most streaming services are meant to run on cheap phones. Oh yeah. So like, if you notice, even with YouTube, it kind of defaults to like 480p when you're watching videos on mobile. And if you got a good connection, it goes 720. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to watch a video on your phone in 1080p or 4K, you actually have to change it and choose it. Hey, look at your boy flying. Which is why I was telling y'all, make sure that you watch the stream in 1080p 60. It looks totally different. Like watching a video 60 frames per second on your phone looks way different. But you have to, a lot of times you have to choose that, the way to view it like that. Cause like if you go to your advanced settings on your phone right now, I don't know how y'all watching this, but if you switch it to 1080p 60, it looks completely different on your phone. Like you like, oh man, that's a different experience. Because I'm streaming it 1080p 60, and that's how you need to look at gameplay. You have to look at gameplay at 60 frames per second. Well, you better get out these nuts. Shot now. Man. Oh, I got cheated. See.
Legendary Baja Racing, my friend!
That buggy pretty cool though. See, this thing about like racing games, especially with Forza Horizon 5, like you could play this for hours. It's like, it's so much content, so much stuff for you to do. So like the next game that I'm going to stream is probably going to be God of War. Man, I'm at a point now where I'm trying to beat the Valkyrie and it's kicking my tail. Right, he sideswiped me in mid-air. That's not crazy.
500 and 1000. Legendary cross-country racing.
Crazy.
My friend,
I don't know how he did that.
once a
Actually,
year.
be honest with you, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how he did that. Yeah, I don't know how he did it. So
You know how to make an entry. Welcome to Horizon Baja.
So I've been streaming on my Wi-Fi. Now, granted, I do have Gigabyte internet here, but I've been streaming on Wi-Fi. I haven't had any drops, so that's good.
What do you think of
My Wi-Fi is usually pretty cool. Like when it comes to like my computers and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, with like the fire sticks and the, you know, stuff like that, it's where you get a little iffy. Sometimes phones, stuff like that. But my hardware has been pretty cool though. All right, where I want to go? Battle Royale. That look like fun.
Amigo, discovering already, are you? That was an XP board. The Horizon team
And I've been thinking about doing, like I said, I've been thinking about upgrading to a mesh wireless system.
Hey, champ. Hearing your name a lot lately.
And
Whatever you've been doing,
once I do
keep
that,
busy.
I'll
We've got
probably
big
end up doing a video on that. You know, I think that'll be pretty cool. Just to kind of show you how to be able to set those up and how to configure those. A lot of the mesh systems covers up to 150 devices, which is what I need. Like I got a lot of devices in my household. Then the last time I counted, you know, devices that was actually connected to the Wi-Fi it was over 50 devices. And I know that seems like really obsessive, but you got to think about everything that actually connects to the Wi-Fi. Like I got a lot of stuff. Like just about every electronic device in my house connects to the Wi-Fi. So having something that can handle up to 150 devices is actually pretty ideal. But yeah, I got a lot of video ideas in my head. Like I said, I can't wait to do the one with the graphics card, with changing out the thermal paste and the pads and kind of showing you a breakdown of what the PCB looks like on the Strix card. So it's going to be kind of like my preview into doing, you know, taking the card apart to do a custom water loop. So got to do it at some point in time. But I'm looking forward to that one. So I just got to get the rest of my parts and stuff in to be able to do it. And I don't know why I'm following these arrows, because I thought it was going to take me to my next race, but I don't know if it is or not. I'm just following it.
Turn right.
You better burn out in that grass field, son. All right, y'all. I'm actually gonna call it a wrap. I got some other stuff I gotta take care of before I go to sleep. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy tonight. Man, it felt good to get back on stream. I know one of my homeboys asked, he was like, "Man, you still streaming?" I said, "Yeah, but I need to do more of it." But really, I hadn't done one in a while, so this is really good. I think I got the setup that I want. I'm gonna be adding some more stuff into my office down here, and get some more lights, a lot of different types of stuff. But yeah, we'll try to do this every Sunday, maybe around about 10 o'clock. And then see how that works out, see how the schedule goes. And then we'll kind of add that into the mix with the other content that I'm going to do on a weekly basis. So got another video that's going to be coming out real soon, another build video. But I also have a video that I'm going to do about AMD Zen 4 that's going to be coming out the next day or so. So look out for that. But yeah, man, Mike just said it down in the chat. Holler at y'all in the actual Discord for after this. So the meeting after the meeting. But yeah, holler at me and let me know what you think about the stream. And tell me what videos and all that good stuff that you want to see. Appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.